Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Lofi-Network. Pisces Soul Trap. I want to get into some general messages for you. And of course, anything you need from me can be found down below in the description box. So, Pisces, you have people wondering why you won't answer the phone. So, let's see what's going on in the no contact space, okay? Divine, what is the overall message for Pisces concerning no contacts? Okay. So you have the Four of Cups coming out first. There is something that you are not interested in. I feel like there was somebody who played on your time. And it was almost like when you wanted someone, they didn't want you. And now that you no longer want them or aren't giving them any attention, they're all up in your face, figuratively. They're all on your social media account. They're giving you all of the attention. Or there's somebody here who wants to give you your attention, but it seems like your focus could be elsewhere with the Four of Cups. What is this Four of Cups, Divine? Yeah, we have the Three of Cups. You're not interested in reconnecting with possible friends, is what I'm hearing with the Four of Cups. Divine, what are these friends wanting Pisces to know at this time with the Three of Cups? Many different things. Okay, with the Emperor. Okay, they view you as an important person, wanting you to possibly be an important person back in their life or come back into their lives. It's something about the way you influence things, the way you handle things, the way you take care of people here as well, the way you consider people. The Emperor Divine. We have the Page of Pentacles. Yes, I feel like in part it all has to do with honestly the way you are showing up, because now all of a sudden there are a lot of people who want to give you things. And Divine, concerning this Emperor and the Page of Pentacles, what is the message with the Page of Pentacles? Yeah, Two of Pentacles. I feel like people are wanting to change things around, switch things around, change the fact that they haven't spoken to you, change the fact that they are not in your energy. But you do have somebody here who wants to change a dynamic between you two. Almost feeling like with the Four of Pentacles, you're holding back from them. You're not really wanting to give them much. Because I feel like there just been a lot of things that have been going on in the last past, even just 2 years, that you've learned from, and maybe coming back in contact with these people will be going against your boundaries in some way. Divine, this Four of Cups and the Three of Cups. Yeah, you're important people to you're an important figure to people with the King of Cups. Excuse me, with the King of Wands here. And tell me why the King of Wands. There's a lot of people who are viewing you as you doing your thing right now. With the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, you're really off to a good start with something that you are doing. People see you growing. Something also here about your confidence. Maybe at one point in time you weren't so sure of yourself, but I do feel like your image as a whole with the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, you're getting ready to show up in an area or a place fully refreshed and fully revived. Very confident. You could be showing up as the life of the party, but you are most certainly showing up in a different way than you were when you first knew these people previously with the Ace of Pentacles. This is something that's here for the long run, so something about major points or major parts of your character could have changed according to these people, because I feel like these people also don't really recognize you, don't know who you are, and maybe that's part of the reason why they want to reconnect to you, to get to know who the new you is. Divine, last one for the Four of Cups here. He said too. So Knight of Cups as well as the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so there are people who are wanting to work on, shall we say, the emotional space, within your dynamic, within your relationship, especially if these are individuals that you are not talking to. I do feel like these are people who do still have a hefty amount of love for you, but with the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, something just really truly did not work out within the emotional space, and I feel like this is something that these individuals are trying to fix, that they're trying to excuse me, that they're trying to correct. Because I feel like maybe there were a few people within your group or friends that you knew who thought you were maybe emotionally unstable, that you didn't lack the seriousness emotionally to be involved with them. Maybe you didn't have as much as them. But there are people who, at one point in time should have treated you better, but they discounted you. They, with the Three of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. I probably said Eight of Pentacles, but it's the Three of Pentacles, my mistake. Three of Pentacles. So I do feel like these are relationships that people are wanting to work on, wanting to fix with the Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, because I do still feel like people do care a lot. And then we have the Star lastly clarifying the Knight of Cups. So I do feel like you are showing up now as honestly a missed opportunity, because you are showing up in your own right and in your own way doing your thing. You're showing up as a success, someone who honestly sheds light on the darkness. You are a figure. And I feel like people are now noticing that. They're starting to figure that out without your energy being around, without you showing any interest, because you've changed and you've redirected your focus. I feel like this is something that people forced on you in some way, because maybe people thought that you were going to stick around throughout different types of behavior that they were inducing upon you. But I don't feel like this is something that you will continue to play a part in. I mean, you are showing up as the Emperor here as well, and the Emperor once again stands alone. But I do feel like, these are people who probably thought they were emperors, who thought they were empresses, who thought they were higher ranking, and they're coming to find out that they're not. They're coming to find out that you actually had a secret plan, and that plan was, effective. That plan, you believed in yourself. And I feel like despite what other people thought about what you wanted to do, you continued to do that anyway. Okay. Divine Two of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles and the Emperor. Yeah, with the Four of Pentacles. So it actually is coming out now. So the Four of Pentacles is coming out. So this is all Pentacle energy. Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. People feel like you are holding out on them in the worst way. But with the Two of Pentacles, this change was necessary, because I feel like people influenced the wrong things in your life. I feel like when you were around people, all people influenced in your life was heartache and pain and disbelief in your dreams, in your value, and what you wanted to do. I do feel like these are people who are learning the hard way. Learning the hard way that they should have treated you better, should have done better by you, should have honestly included you in some of the things that they were doing. I feel like there's somebody here who is just extremely petty with the Page of Pentacles. Last one for this Four of Pentacles, Divine. And we have the Devil. Yeah, these are people that you need to hold back from, because I feel like you also see person's true colors. You see them for who they really are. You see them as exaggerated people. You see them possibly even as extra. But it's a shame, because I do feel like these are people that you've known possibly since you were a child or just at a very young age, And I feel like these are also people that you possibly grew up with here as well. But I don't feel like the part that these people played in your life was significant enough for you to stay around, to hang around. I feel like you found more solace, by yourself. You found more experience by yourself. You felt that you were growing and enhancing by yourself. And I feel like maybe that was the point. Maybe the point was for you to grow and develop in a way, where you saw people for what they are, so that you would separate yourself, so that you would learn from these experiences, so that you'll be able to do something with them. Page of Pentacles, very learned energy. I do feel like people do want to send you messages, but I feel like through these messages and through the lack, there were many different things that you discovered and learned about these people, and these people were not upright and as forthright and honest as you thought they were. Divine, what else is here for these messages for no contact specifically, Divine? I feel like there are people who are learning lessons when it comes to you. Seven of Cups here. Yeah, somebody made the wrong choice. I feel like people had many different options with the Seven of Cups, many different opportunities. I feel like you discussed your relationship with these people several times. I feel like you gave people an opportunity to fix and salvage these situations, but they did not. They did not. I feel like at every turn and every hand, they disappointed you. Okay, you gave them the opportunity to fix it and they did not fix it. And I feel like it's because they didn't want to. I feel like there are people in your energy who enjoy playing games on your time, who enjoy confusing you, who enjoy stirring things up. These are things that they did purposely. If you do come back into contact with people and they act like they don't know what they did, they're lying. They know exactly what they did. They know exactly the way that they treated you because they had a plan of execution. Seven of Cups, Divine. They were masquerading here as well. I do feel like these are also people who are concerned that with the death, these are things that are catching up to them. I feel like there are people who know that you know better. I feel like people know that you see through illusions. I feel like people also know that you know the truth behind some of the things that they were doing, some of the things behind some of the things that they were saying. And I do feel like these are people who are concerned or worried, or even if it's just one person, someone is concerned that all of the things that they were doing against you are about to catch up with them. Somebody is about to have to pay the piper. And I do feel like this is somebody's justice. Somebody is about to come into balance with all of the nefarious acts that they were spreading. Seven of Cups, the Death, Divine. And we have the Chariot. I do feel like somebody has some karma incoming. And I feel like they're going to try to get to you to possibly try to apologize, to try to make things right. But this does not change what is already done. I feel like there will be some form of penance because somebody has to pay for the things that were done. And I'm not even necessarily saying that it always has to be about, oh, somebody's struggling, oh, their finances are being taken away. No, sometimes the lesson enough is taking people through what maybe you've been through, or with what they've made other people experience. And sometimes experience is the best teacher. Divine, the Chariot, the Death, and the Seven of Cups. Because somebody was casting illusions with the Three of Swords. Yeah, somebody was playing games. Like somebody was purposely, in a space where they were wanting to hurt people, where they were wanting to cause confusion, pain. I feel like this also, I'm saying the word envy. So this could have all sparked from somebody being simply just envious of someone and not really wanting people to shine. I feel like this is somebody who possibly could be an only child. And if they're not an only child, they don't have many siblings. They probably only have one other sibling. But this is somebody who probably didn't even want a sibling. This is giving only child syndrome. Last one for this particular energy, Divine. And I'm not even saying that it's okay. Okay. So we have the Five of Cups. I do feel like there are going to be people in your energy who you may hear about going through it. They might be roughing it at this particular moment. I feel like they were laughing at you when you were going through it. I feel like when you were going through your tough times, and the funny thing about it is your tough times you still made it out of. I feel like these individuals, these people that you're connected to, they could not walk a step in your shoes, and if they did take a step in your shoes, they would understand what is going on with you previously, why it was going on with you previously, and the benefit of it, what it was meant to do. I feel like you are about to see your life change in all of the right ways, especially if you've been putting in the work. And that's more so what I'm talking about. This is for people who are putting in the work. Without work, there will be no reward. But definitely some people around you are experiencing sadness, are experiencing sorrow, are experiencing mental blockages, emotional distress as well, because these are the things that they were inflicting out on people. And once again, the best lesson, the best teacher is experience. Divine, last one for these energies here. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands. We have somebody wishing that they could possibly return back to your life here. Okay, somebody wishing that they could return to you because you've been off and you've been collecting things. You've been experiencing life. You've been journeying. I feel like somebody wishes that they can be a part of that, because I feel like it's not out here, but the Page of Swords is very significant because I do feel like there are people watching you. I feel like people are watching your growth. I feel like people are watching you watching you gain here. They're watching you through your experiences that you probably post on social platforms. They see you maybe traveling, moving, going, living your life. And I do feel like this is somebody who feels like they have FOMO. So I feel like they're missing out. They feel like they're missing out on your life and the part that they could have played in there. Because I do feel like in some way, because this is giving an energy of regret, I do feel like this is somebody who was supposed to be very important to you. I do feel like this is somebody who possibly was supposed to be a partner to you, somebody who a relationship was supposed to work out with. I feel like you all were supposed to build together. I feel like you were supposed to grow together, but this is somebody who has some insecurities. And I feel like there just wasn't something that they were ready for in a particular moment. Divine Three of Wands, but they're wishing now. They're wishing they would have been ready with the Lovers. Yeah, somebody made the wrong choice when it's concerning you. I feel like somebody decided to walk away because with the Six of Cups just showing itself and even the Two of Swords, there's a little confusion. I feel like somebody just really wishes they made another decision, another choice with the Two of Swords and the Lovers. There's confusion on someone's choice, and this choice could involve you. Divine Two of Swords, the Lovers, and the Three of Wands here. Yeah, with the Queen of Cups, I feel like there is somebody who wishes that they would have listened to themselves. Because I do feel like with the Queen of Cups, because Queen of Cups is very intuitive, I do feel like somebody at one point was getting intuitive nudges. I feel like somebody self-sabotaged. I feel like somebody let something get the best of them. I feel like somebody completely ruined a moment. Someone's state of confusion. Someone's wanting to be in another place. This is another individual who possibly could have chose a business opportunity or even just chose to invest in someone else. Divine, what did this individual invest in? With the Page of Wands, this was a wanderer. I feel like this is somebody who invested in another. Yeah, Five of Wands. Yeah, this is somebody who invested in other areas. This is somebody who started to inflict conflict on their life. I feel like this is somebody who just began to make a few wrong choices concerning you. And I feel like ultimately this landed a person in a place where they were without you. Divine Page of Wands here. Because somebody could have, with the Six of Cups, I feel like there is someone who is in heavy regret. Temperance at the bottom of the deck. This is someone who wishes that they could change the tide of you all's relationship. This is somebody who has spent a lot of time chasing after other people, chasing after other moments, chasing after other opportunities, other plans. These are people who had backup plans. And I do feel like this person with these backup plans thought that they were choosing the right person and they chose very wrong, which is totally fine. But I do feel like this is something that people are starting to regret. I feel like you're about to have a lot of people who are in their own energy, not even in yours. And maybe these people won't even approach you, but you have quite a few people in your energy who are regretful. So now that you experiencing all of these changes in your life, all of these positive moves, you have a lot of people who are wanting to get back into your energy. You have a lot of people who are wanting to reconnect to you. I wonder why. Why do they want to reconnect to you? Do they have ill intentions? Like, do they have the right motives? If this is something that you've been wondering alongside a myriad of other different things, check out our sponsor, Psychic Source. After you click the link down below in the description box using my unique code JMarian, you can get up to 40 minutes of clarity and insight from many different psychic advisors to help you throughout your spiritual journey. If you are not satisfied with that insight, you can also receive your money back. I'm going to be getting another reading soon too, because there's just a lot of things going on and I know that it will be very helpful. So maybe we can share stories. Okay. So those details down below in the description box. And now on to the rest of your reading. Divine, at this moment, how does Pisces feel about no contacts? Okay, with the Four of Swords, you are at peace. I feel like you are at peace right now with the Four of Swords, with the decisions that you've made. You feel like this is something that you've earned. Okay, I'm getting this energy of somebody who is finally done with all of the no context, all of the blocks that you need to block. You're finished. Divine, what is this Four of Swords? Yeah, Pisces, it just feels like you're at peace with the Ace of Cups. I feel like you're very happy, honestly, with the decision that you've made to cut people off. Ace of Cups, I feel like you feel refreshed, renewed, revived. I feel like you have a new outcome on life, honestly, or even your emotional space with the Ace of Cups here. I feel like you removed all your old emotional ways of being. I feel like those are spaces that you've also healed, but you move differently now with the Ace of Cups. The way you value relationships. Okay, I feel like people didn't appreciate the love that you were giving with this Ace of Cups, with the love that you were offering. This is something that I also feel like you began to turn back inward. You began to give the love back to yourself, and I feel like that has been to your credit. Divine, Four of Swords, Ace of Cups here. Okay, yes, with the King of Swords, you are happy with keeping your love at this present moment with the King of Swords, and that doesn't matter who it is. It could be many different types of relationships, but I feel at this present moment with the Ace of Cups and the King of Swords, this is something that you're very serious about. I feel like people know exactly what they did, and your decisions are based off of the facts. Although love is more so an emotional and feeling kind of thing, and there pretty much is no logic in it, you just understand things. I do feel like with the King of Swords, you're very smart. You're very wise about who you give your love to, who you offer your love to. Your love is not easy. Divine, tell me more about this King of Swords moving forward. Okay, with the Ten of Cups, I feel like at this present moment you are peaceful about yourself. You at this moment are your family. You are your friends. You are your romantic partner. You, your spirit team. King of Swords, you stand alone at this present time. And I feel like all the love that you would have had and all the love that you would have given, you've given back to yourself. Divine, tell me about this King of Swords. Clarify the King of Swords alone. Okay, with the Sun. Yes, you understand your value. I feel like there is a lot that you've learned about yourself. I feel like separating from these people or a person has been one of the happiest decisions of your current life. With the Sun, King of Swords, like you stand alone, and I feel like there's very fine significance in that. Divine, tell me more about this Sun. I feel like there's a lot that you've realized about yourself here as well. With the Page of Cups, yes, I feel like all the love that you used to have, all the love that you would want to give, I feel like you now realize this is something that you can't give away easy, because you used to give away your love easy. You probably used to be like, oh, you my friend, like right off the bat. Like you're no longer like that. You're no longer like that. You feel people out. Divine, last one. The Sun, the Page of Cups for the King of Swords, because you're not an emotionless person with the Page of Cups. I just feel like you are more methodical about who you give your love to. With the Four of Wands, I feel like at this present moment, you're having real strong success with being alone. Okay, and I feel like this is something that people could possibly be seeing. Nine of Swords. This is something that possibly stresses people out. The fact that people feel like you are done with them. This is possibly something that you could have also said to people here as well. Divine, what did Pisces say? What did Pisces say to no context? With the Tower, this could have come as a shock to a lot of people. With what you said, I feel like people are really shocked by the changes that you've made in your life concerning them. These are people who thought that just because you were in connection with them for years that you would not give them up. You have. These are also people that thought that just because you had a lot of love for them that you would not give them up, and you have. You have shocked people in a major way, because I feel like people just expected you to take shit. They expected you to take trash. They expected you to be debased. They expected people. Excuse me. They expected you to just accept what little breadcrumbs they were willing to give you. You said absolutely not. Absolutely not, especially with the amount that you've given. You've given so much is what I'm hearing as far as like friendship. This isn't about money. You've given so much intangible things that these people don't even know how to give them. All they do know how to do is give tangible things. Divine, tell me about the Tower. Yeah, you've shocked a lot of people in your energy. with the Ace of Swords. You shocked them with the truths that you told them. I feel like you told the truth and nothing but the truth. And I feel like the truth is something that these people could not handle. Okay. And I don't really think that you cared if they could handle it. I feel like you needed to tell your truth, and that was the only point that really mattered. Divine, tell me about this Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Pentacles, as well as the Ten of Pentacles. You had three that came out simultaneously. So the Tower, the Ace of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So 1010 is a judgment call. I do feel like you have awoken to who you're really meant to be. Nine of Pentacles, you're a very established, independent individual. You don't need anybody else to get the things that you feel like you could possibly need from anyone else. While other people need other people in order to get things done, you do not. Especially in this particular moment, I feel like that was the design. I feel like you were meant to see your true strength, and I feel like your true strength was really meant to stand on its own. Divine, can you clarify this Ten of Pentacles for me? And we have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you are experiencing growth in the area of relationships that will mean something to you in the near future. Because I do feel like you will be taking another stab and another shot at like friendships, relationships, and things like that as a whole. I do feel like at this moment right now you are resting. You know, you're in a state of continual and repeated healing. You've come a mighty long way, starting out with the Four of Swords there. You've come a mighty long way, but I do feel like above everything else right now, the road or the route that is most important right now is yourself. This is a journey of stability, a journey of recovery. And I feel like for you, you're going to be proving a lot of people wrong by what you are about to obtain. Divine, what is the goal from Spirit here? What is the message of karma for Spirit? Okay, with the Page of Pentacles, as well as the Nine of Swords, I feel like you are going to have individuals that you used to be connected to who are going to be experiencing things. I feel like these are individuals who possibly will reach out to you, possibly on some sort of advice or something like that, because you do feel like a spiritual person, and I do feel like these people know that you know something esoteric, so something of a spiritual nature or occult nature that could possibly help them. But I do feel like these are people right now with the Nine of Swords. If nothing else, they are having a lot of nightmares. They're having a lot of dreams. They're having a lot of mental flashbacks of things that they've done with the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. They're reliving all of those instances, all of the things that they said while you're building, you're growing, you're expanding. You know, Divine, tell me about the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords lastly. Yeah, with the Three of Cups. Okay. I feel like it is a thing. I feel like there are people who are connected to you who are in a war, you know, metaphorically, like they're battling, you know, they're fighting for their lives and they're making it through. But I feel like this is something that people have to go through. I feel like if you see people out there going through it, offer them up a prayer. Do not help them. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying it so that they will learn. These are people that you know were bogus. These are people that you know were wrong. And I'm not saying don't help people, but right now you are supposed to take your hand off something and allow people to go through whatever they're going through, because this is their just due. This is their karma. This is the justice. And I feel like to impede on this is to inflict some sort of karmic justice on yourself other than what you rightfully earned. Okay. Divine, last one with this Three of Cups. And we have the Six of Swords. These are individuals who are being honestly guided through something right now. This could be a great awakening for them. This could be what they would experience as karma, their introduction to that here as well. Because I feel like there are people who didn't know who you were. And I'm not saying that you are just some highfalutin individual that cannot be touched. But no, I do feel like there are people who do have spiritual influence and spiritual ranking. And maybe you are one of those people and they didn't realize that. Maybe you didn't realize that. But with whatever it is, the way that people attack you, they're either getting it back the same way or they're getting it back worse. Okay. Pisces Soul Tribe, that was your reading. Hopefully, this message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you're able to take something from it that you could use. Of course, if there's anything you need from me, you can find those details down below in the description box, and that includes our sponsor, Psychic Source, because a lot of people want to reach out to you. And why not find out the direct reason why? Okay, those details down below in the description box as well. And as always, my good people, remember to conquer this day and see you in the network. Bye, guys.